What's going on, guys, and welcome to my week 2 news video of the preseason. Of course, as you can see, we lost our second game to Cincinnati Bengals 21-3, and it looks like we got a couple trade offers for our defensive tackle Clinton McDonald. So Baltimore is offering a middle linebacker along Green Bay, a third-round pick for 2017 from Indianapolis, and Chicago's offering a receiver and a fourth-round pick for 2017. So let's go check out that receiver, see what he looks like, see what his stats are. Alright, so Chicago Bears, Marquise Wilson, 6'4", 184 in the league for 3 years. His catching is about 79. It's not all that good. Speed, 87. Not bad, could be better. 92 acceleration. His injuries, 92. 88 stamina. Doesn't look too bad, but I don't think I'm going to do the trade. Let's view some of the transactions that have gone on so far. Some bills were released. Doesn't look like anyone that I'd be interested in. Obviously, these are mostly going to be, fourth string guys. People who really just won't contribute at all. Or some injured players as well, possibly. Got A.J. Jenkins, former 49er, Lance Seastrunk, former Redskin. Those might be some players I might check out. LaMichael James was released. Rashad Green was released by the Jaguars. Shaq Evans, Dexter McDougal, and Quincy Nunn were all released by the Jets. Ryan Broyles by the Lions. So there's some players I want to look at. Stephen Hill has a lot of potential, but just cannot hold on to a ball and cannot catch, which makes him kind of useless as a wide receiver. So there's some players I'm going to look at. Now let's take a look back at these trade offers for Clinton McDonald. I kind of want to accept the third round pick, but the only issue is that's 2017 as opposed to 2016, so we got to wait a whole nother season before we get that draft pick. But I definitely will be thinking about it. Might wait till next week to see what we do. These are some of the players who are on the trade block. Antonio Allen, I believe that's Josh Robinson. Zach Mettenberger, which is kind of surprising. And then Lemanoir, I guess is how you pronounce that. Right outside linebacker. And now we got to cut 5 players. And for my first cut, it'll be Dominique Brown, running back, rookie as well. Don't like cutting rookies, but I feel like he doesn't really contribute much. He's buried on the depth chart. Doug Martin's obviously our starter. Bobby Rainey has looked pretty decent for us. And Charles Sims as well is very versatile. So I would like to keep those 3 guys. And Dominique Brown, I don't feel he's a fit for our team, so I'll be cutting him. My second cut will be one of my fullbacks. I have 3 right now, and it's going to be Joey Iosefa, another rookie. I'd hate to do it, but I just don't feel like he's really good enough to be my fullback. I like someone who can really run block. I don't need pass blocking. I don't really use a fullback to pass block, and anytime I have a fullback in, it's mainly for run blocking, and I feel my other options right now are just better at it. And maybe we'll look back at him later on in the season or next off season. But for right now, I just feel we don't really have space for him, and I have to cut my ties with him. My next set of cuts will be a pair of receivers. One will be Tavares King. He has not contributed. He had that one nice reception, but he's had a few drop passes, so he'll be getting cut today. My next cut will be wide receiver Rennell Hall. I like Hall, but he hasn't really done much for me. But I can't say his release will last very long. I mean, I will probably take a look at him later on in the offseason, or the preseason, I should say, or even the regular season if I need some wide receiver help. He didn't look too bad. Could have been better, but I feel like I have better options right now. And if I don't like what I see in the free agent market later on, I'll probably bring him back as long as he is still available. And my next cut will be tight end Andrew DePaula. Another player who doesn't really get a chance to play, doesn't really have enough opportunities to show anything. And right now I think I'm good with my tight ends. I like where I'm at. Obviously it's not great, but I have some options that are going to do well for me, I believe. So I had to let him go. And now for my next cut, it'll be defensive end Larry English. Right now my defensive ends are pretty solid. I like my right ends between Sid Barry Jr. and George Johnson. I think they can handle it as my two guys on the right side, my starter and my backup. So I think I'm okay with letting Larry English go. Now I kind of want to take a quick look at the free agent wide receivers who are available. Stephen Hill, Derek Rogers, Rashad Green, who was just released by Jacksonville, is available as well, the rookie. I just want to take a quick look at his stats. And then one shocker, Tyler Lockett was released by Seattle. 92 speed, 82 catching, 78 route running, which is pretty good for a rookie. His release is only 60, which is to be expected from such a small receiver. But that's a very shocking release right there. And Quincy Enunwa was released by the Jets as well. He's got pretty decent size, 6'2", 225. Nice speed at, I believe, 90 or 91. Chris Owusu as well. Another speedster, 93 speed. Rennell Hall, my receiver I just released. Shaq Evans as well. 6 foot, 210. 90 acceleration, 88 speed, 79 catch in traffic. There's some options here that I definitely want to look at. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick up Tyler Lockett and bring him to the roster. Sign him to a 1-year deal. I like him as a player. I think he can bring some speed to this offense. And we have Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson, who aren't the fastest guys. So I think he'll help out. Another player that I'm interested in, Jeremy Davis, a rookie, 6'2", 216. He has 84 catching, 80 catch in traffic, 79 release, 89 speed, 91 acceleration. Only 53 route running, so he's very raw. But I like his potential. He has some nice stats, nice size as well. So I might want to sign him and bring him to the active roster. I will be cutting another player, Seth Labato, the quarterback. I don't think I need 3 quarterbacks on the roster, and I need to make room for Jeremy Davis, the rookie that I would like to sign to the roster as well. So our 3rd string quarterback will be released. And Bradley McDougald, our strong safety backup, will be getting traded to the New York Giants for a 6th round pick. So he will no longer be on the team. DJ Swearinger will be our backup strong safety. And another player who really intrigued me was Dexter McDougal, young cornerback, only been in the league for 1 year and didn't get to play due to injury. But he has pretty decent stats. I mean, 75 injury rating, which is kind of worrisome. But overall, his man coverage, I believe, was about an 80 or 81, which is not bad. His speed is about a 90. So he has some nice stats that you can work with. He's still very young. So I don't expect him to be our number 1 or 2 corner. Maybe in a couple of years he could be our number 3. It depends how he performs. If he can make this team, because he's no guarantee to make it. So he'll definitely be competing, and as well, Jeremy Davis will be signed to the roster as well. So we signed 3 players: Tyler Lockett, Jeremy Davis, and Dexter McDougal. And for a recap, we cut 7 players. We signed 3. 2 wide receivers, 1 corner, and we traded 1 player to the New York Giants for a 6th round pick. So that is it for this week. Stay tuned for next week as we take on the Cleveland Browns in our 3rd preseason game of the year. Thanks for watching, guys.